War. War never changes. The Romans waged war to gather slaves and wealth. Spain built an empire from its lust for gold and territory. Hitler shaped a battered Germany into an economic superpower. But war never changes. In the 21st century, war was still waged over the resources that could be acquired. Only this time, the spoils of war were also its weapons: petroleum and uranium. For these resources, China would invade Alaska, the US would annex Canada, and the European Commonwealth would dissolve into quarreling, bickering nation-states bent on controlling the last remaining resources on Earth. In 2077, the storm of World War had come again. In 2 brief hours, most of the planet was reduced to cinders. And from the ashes of nuclear devastation, a new civilization would struggle to arise. A few were able to reach the relative safety of the large underground vaults. Your family was part of that group that entered Vault 13. Imprisoned safely behind the large vault door, under a mountain of stone, a generation has lived without knowledge of the outside world. Life in the vault is about to change.
This is Darth Destructoid, and I'm going to be playing Fallout 1. This game was made in 1996, and I have it on the Mini Nuke Collection, which had Fallout 1, 2, 3, and New Vegas. Now let's create a character, and I'm going to choose 6 strength, 6 luck, 6 perception, 6 endurance, and 6 agility. And for my optional traits, the only one that I like choosing is probably Bloody Mess. And for my skills, I'm gonna have to choose small guns, melee weapons, and also first aid. So let's start this.
Ah, you're here. Good. We've got a problem. A big one. The controller chip for our water purification system has given up the ghost. Can't make another one, and the process is too complicated for a workaround system. Simply put, we're running out of drinking water. No water, no vault. This is crucial to our survival. And frankly, I think you're the only hope we have. You need to go find us another controller chip. We estimate we have 4 to 5 months before the vault runs out of water. We need that chip. We marked your map with the location of another vault. Not a bad place to start, I think. Look, just be safe. Okay?
So we are on a new quest, and our quest is to get the water purification chip. And it's going to be a long, perilous journey to do that. There's a lot you have to go through just to get that chip. And not only that, there's a lot more to the quest than just the chip. There's a whole lot more quests than that. So our first location is being sent into this cave. Now, there's a lot of rats, but they're not very dangerous. so we can deal with them very easily. I usually just use the knife to deal with the rats. They're quite easy. As long as you pick them off little by little and then walk away, you're good. And even if they hit you, they don't take that many hit points off. Fallout 1 is one of my most favorite games. I think the best part about Fallout is probably the story. I really like the story a lot. Actually, I like the story most out of any Fallout game. Even though it's like a 2D overhead game, it's pretty fun. It's a very addicting game. There's a lot you can do on Fallout. It's a really interesting game. And the weapons are awesome. So are the death animations. That's one of the best things about Fallout 1. Fallout 1 wasn't my first Fallout that I played. I actually played a Fallout 3, and it was really good. Fallout 3 is one of my most favorite 3D Fallouts that I've played, and that's the one that I started with. This one I played a lot later. I actually tried to use it on the Mac collection, but it didn't really work on my Mac. It did, but it just didn't work that good, so I wasn't able to play it, but I got it on PC later, so it was pretty cool to play it. Now this cave is full of rats. I kill them all because I want all the experience points. Rats are probably one of those most easiest enemies in all of Fallout, I'd say. But it looks crazy to kill them with the Bloody Mess perk because they just squash into like a bloody mess, into just red mush. Imagine doing that with a knife. It would be pretty crazy. Now, there is a time limit on how long you can take to get the water chip. I think you have like 300 days to get it. That's why I go to the location I need to go to right away, because there's not that many days. There's a lot, but I like to just get the quest over with right away so I can continue on with the main story of the game without having a time limit. Having that time limit kind of sucks because you wonder, oh, well, is the game almost done? Or with the time of the water purification chip? So I tend to get it right away. My most favorite thing out of everything in Fallout is getting your power armor. That's something I cannot wait for. I really get excited when I get power armor. That's the most awesome things. That's what I'm looking forward to on this campaign. And I have the tendency to like the plasma rifle. That's probably one of my most favorite weapons in all of the game, just because of the death animation and how strong it is. Now there is a few special weapons in the game, but there's not that many. But there's plenty of awesome weapons you can get, as long as your enemies aren't armored, that is. If they have a high armor class, then it's pretty hard to kill them with, like, say, the minigun, but it just depends on what weapons you're using. Now this cave is almost cleared out. There's only a few more rats left. And look at that, a 71% chance. That's why I chose melee weapons, because of that, but the best melee weapon in the game, I would say, has to be the super sledge. Everybody's used the super sledge, but on Fallout 1 it's so overpowered. On Fallout 3 it's not that overpowered. That's another weapon I'm looking forward to getting in the game. And I know exactly where to get it too. That's not that many experience points, 25 for killing a rat. It makes sense, they're weak enemies, but I wish they gave me more so that I could level up my character sooner. But oh well, it's good enough. You'll level up eventually if you really try. Pretty cool. If you try to go back into the vault, they won't let you back in if you go right now. But they do give you a few items. They give you a pistol to start off with, a knife. They give you flares, I believe, a med kit, and ammo for your weapon, and some stim packs too. That's pretty much all they give you to start off in Fallout. And you have no armor, you just wear the vault suit, that's about it. So when you're not wearing anything, all you wear is a vault suit. That's why clearly he's wearing the vault suit right now. It's not like in Fallout 3 you can take off all your clothes, it's not like that. You just end up with the vault suit if you're wearing no armor or clothes. It's pretty much just armor in this game. That's about it. That's the only thing you can get. Now the best armor is power armor, but the second best is probably, I believe it's a green armor. It's combat armor. That armor is pretty good if you don't have power armor. It's way later in the game that you get power armor. Now this is the last rat, and we're gonna get out of the cave. And now he's dead. Now we can head out of the cave and start our next quest. To the west, you can see a natural light. For the first time in your life, you are looking at the outside world. This is Darth Destructoid, and this is the first episode, Vault Cave. Signing off.